Now recording is on.
Okay. So we start. I guess recording is on. Yes. Yeah. So, good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to today's webinar on integrating artificial intelligence into higher education, teaching and learning. I'm Mariana Sargsyan, coordinator of the National Erasmus Plus office in Armenia, and on behalf of our office, I sincerely thank all of you for joining us today. So first things first, we shared with you the rules, but let me quickly go through the rules for participation. Let me share the screen. So housekeeping rules, as you are admitted to the webinar, you are muted and the camera is off. So please use the chat room for greetings, thoughts, emotions, questions, feedback to each other. So only chat for this purpose. And if you have questions to presenters or panelists, use the Q&A section. If you want to speak, please use raise your hand option, use microphone, and because your microphone will be muted throughout the whole session. And please go through quality feedback survey at the end of the meeting. At the end of the meeting, there will be a QR code that we will share with you. We will sincerely appreciate your feedback. As you have already received the emails, there is a folder with all the necessary information, important links, documents, agenda, and today's presentation as well are uploaded there, and the recording will also become available after the end of the mission. So now I would like to... Yes, wait a minute. Now I would like to give a very brief background information about today's event. This is a technical assistance mission organized following the proposal of the higher education reform experts in Armenia operating under the Erasmus Plus program, who identified artificial intelligence as one of the most timely and important topics for higher education in Armenia. And this mission is supported by the European Commission through the special support to the higher education reform experts initiative, the SPHERE team, which aims to promote exchange of expertise and good practices, support higher education reforms in Erasmus Plus partner countries. So the choice of today's topic also reflects one of the key priorities of the Erasmus Plus program, supporting the digital transformation of education and training, encouraging innovation, and helping higher education institutions respond to rapidly evolving technological and societal developments. And on the other hand, today's topic is also relevant in the context of Bologna process and the ongoing transformation of the European higher education area, as higher education system enhance the quality and relevance of teaching and learning, strengthen student-centered education, promote digitalization. The integration of AI calls for attention to academic integrity, ethical standards, transparency, quality assurance, so the principles which are at the heart of the Bologna process. So artificial intelligence is no longer something we speak about as a future possibility for Armenia. It is already transforming the way we teach, learn, conduct research, assess students, develop curricula, and therefore it is essential that higher education institutions, the universities, are equipped not only with technologies, but also with the knowledge, policies, and competencies needed to use them responsibly, ethically, and efficiently. So I'm especially pleased to welcome our international experts from LUT University of Technology, Finland, who will guide us throughout these 2 days. Professor Leonid Chechurin, Professor of Industrial Engineering and Management at LUT University and head of the Systems Engineering Research Group. Professor Chechurin has extensive experience in international higher education cooperation and educational innovation. For many of you, Professor Chechurin does not need introduction, as he has contributed and coordinated and contributed to several Erasmus Plus capacity building projects, including cooperation with Armenian universities, among them currently running capacity building projects, Media and Desire. He is also an active contributor to digital education. He is the founder of a platform which brings together academics and academia, students and industry, and author of several MOOCs, editor of books, author of papers. And joining him is Anna Kruzenshtern, junior researcher at LUT University and a doctoral researcher whose work focuses on computational and mathematical approaches to novelty, creativity, and learning. And Anna has actively contributed to several Erasmus Plus funded projects, the same Media and Desire projects. And in this project, she addresses higher education modernization, digital learning, AI-supported creativity. So the short bios of our experts have been shared with you also prior to this webinar. So we're grateful to both our experts for accepting our invitation and for sharing their knowledge and experience with us during these 2 days. And now I would like to thank all of you again for being with us today. And now it's a pleasure for me to invite our speakers to deliver their opening remarks. And first, I would like to invite Sarkis Hayotian, Chairman of the Higher Education and Science Committee, to address the participants. Please, Sarkis, the floor is yours.
Thank you, Mariana. Dear colleagues, it's my pleasure and honor of having these opening remarks for this session. I will not take a lot of your time, but just to mention a few very important things that recently the state had official level subscription, signed official level subscription to OpenAI's educational tool, which is ChatGPT for education. And it is the pilot is running for 7 state universities. And as a government, we understand that we need to embrace these technological advancements and this huge potential that artificial intelligence and particularly the generative AI models are providing. But on the other hand, we also understand that this is creating the new levels of standards and ethics and approaches, which needs to be shared and understood throughout all players in the field, starting from academia and finished with students. But also on the other hand, we understand that each new technology is usually advancing more rapidly than it is being civilized. So, I mean, today's and our future topics are the attempt and the initial steps of trying to understand how we can take the most of AI models, AI tools, without affecting the learning and learning process in the higher education area, and also in a ways that comply with academic ethics, the creativity, I mean, and all these necessary components of independent research and independent growth. So, I mean, the idea is to see how these technologies can complement whatever we are doing. And the idea of having this kind of technical assistant mission that was proposed from the higher education reform experts team was greeted from our side, because we understand that this is one of the most important topics that we for the current period we need to address meaningfully, although we understand that there is no very large and big consensus about it, and different nations are putting different kinds of approaches towards that. And yeah, so for example, United States is starting to limit the expansion of the newer models without state approval. So I mean, this is a technology that is currently and right now developing, and yeah, we need to see how we are coping with that. So thank you, and thank you, Professor Chechurin and Dr. Kruzenshtern, for your lectures and workshops. Hopefully, this will have, I mean, distill into some documentation and useful material that we as a state can further uptake and include into our policies. So thank you very much. Have a nice 2 days or 3 days.
2 days.
Yeah, fruitful. I wish you fruitful discussions on this. Thank you.
So, thank you, Mr. Hautzian, for your welcoming remarks, and also for the important policy update that we have in the sphere of AI integration. And now I would like to give floor to Mikhail Hovanesyan, higher education reform expert, the chair of the team, and vice rector for international cooperation, development, and innovation at Yerevan State University. Dear Mikhail, the floor is yours.
Thank you very much, Mariana. Hello, everyone. It's very nice to see many people who have joined this webinar, and I think that this is a great opportunity also to jointly discuss a very important topic, and also understand the ways to move forward in our context, in context of Armenian higher education, and it is also a great honor for me to deliver opening remarks during this webinar. I would like to thank our colleagues in organizing and initiating also this webinar, the team led by Mariana, and also obviously our experts who have joined us in this effort. Actually, I'll try to be as brief as possible. I mean, talking about the necessity of integrating AI properly in teaching and learning process is crucial these days, and it is more about how than more about what, actually, because we're talking about the proper integration and making sure that AI supports the teaching and learning process instead of replacing it, and there is no imitation of thinking thanks to AI or with application of AI, but a more fundamental support to proper organization of thinking process. Because at the end of the day, both teaching and learning is the best way of organization of thinking process, and having such a great variety of tools that AI provides us gives us a great opportunity to improve this process drastically. So I think this webinar is extremely important for us, first and foremost from that point of view. And I'm very glad that we have experienced experts who will lead us through this process. Obviously, each of our universities has its specifics and has its own path, but there are lots of things in common. And I think that thanks to this joint discussions, we will also understand what would our roadmap as a sector in Armenia and as individual institutions would be. This obviously will include a lot of revision of different processes, starting from educational programs, ending up with training for professors and teaching staff, and then lots of other things. But what is, I think, also important is to understand that this arsenal of instruments offered by AI is going to be constantly enriched, going to be constantly expanded, and we will need to understand the best way to also keep the track of time and understand how we can upgrade ourselves simultaneously. So by this, I just want to wish all of us very effective discussions and lots of important and interesting exchanges of opinions. And most importantly, I would like to wish all of us to use what we'll discuss today in our future operations and activities, because basically that's why we're gathered here today. Thank you very much, and good luck to everybody. Thanks.
Thank you, Mikhail. Thank you for your welcome remarks. And finally, I invite Professor Leonid Chechurin to share his opening reflections.
With pleasure. Hello.
Leonid?
Can you hear
Hello.
me? Okay. But this to everyone. I see so many nice names, people who I'm really happy to have and even to hug if it were only possible. Gohar, Rustam, Vahinak, Sargis, beautiful people, and I really miss you. So, but you see, there are already 206. I wish I could hug everyone. Thank you very much for your trust that we can bring you something sensible and useful. Thank you, Mariana, for organizing the seminar. So these are our entering entering speech. There is already people who want to talk. Maro, if it is absolutely urgent, of course we can let you speak, but maybe you can just try to go through the chat, because maybe by the end we will have like open microphone to let everyone to speak out. Is it okay? Okay, good. So let's go directly to the topic, and I'm very sorry. I want to make you working from the very beginning of seminar, so it is not like a sit back and relax seminar. we do our usual how to say trick, how to engage the audience. We will run a quick survey. It is an agenda. It is called interactive audience survey and expectation mapping. So it's possibly a kind of innocent way to check if we understand the basic terms the same way, and to check if something maybe we can focus specifically in our discussion, and something that we can peacefully drop because we already know it. How about this? Are we ready? So it's going to be a survey. I can start it in one minute. It is anonymous. You can see only your own results if they are correct or not, and then we quickly go through the statistics and decide if there are some questions that need specifically attention. Is it okay? Is it okay? Can Maro wait a bit, or yes? What do you think? Can we? So we can run survey. Okay, good. Then, feel relaxed. Nobody is going to be hurt, but at the same time, we need your active participation. So I'm starting it. Hopefully, you can see it now. Can you? There are 13 questions, and approximately we believe that we need approximately a bit less than 1 minute for one. Could you go ahead? Thank you, Asya. Thank you for telling that it is okay for you. Okay. So, dear participants, you cannot see it. I feel I cannot see. Can others can see it?
Not yet.
Not yet?
No, we don't see.
We don't. Okay, let me try to do it again. And that you result one more. How about now? Okay, I think I know what to do. I need to quickly share results from the previous one, that is not stop sharing, and then to restart it again. Yeah. Okay. How about now? Should be seen now.
Yeah, we
Okay,
see.
please. Sorry.
We see now.
Okay. So, dear colleagues, let's spend 10 minutes going through. Maybe you can do it faster. Some of beginning questions are like a warm-up, and some of them are ethical. Tatev cannot see it, but you...
We can see already. Before.
Still, some people cannot see it. It appeared and disappeared, but how about now? I see people answering. What we can do, we can try to get a QR code maybe, so people can join. What do you think? Yeah?
Yes.
Okay. If I can quickly share my screen, and you can have a second chance to join the survey through QR code. Okay? So please, if you still cannot go it through Zoom, you can now on the screen can see QR code through which you can still get to the survey if it does not work with a Zoom tool. I see 25 people so far actively participating in the survey. That is
13%.
yes, it is our regular statistic when we teach. For those who just joined the session, yeah, a quick reminder that we are talking about AI, specifically about using AI in education, the ethics and technology. And we are running a quick survey, anonymous survey, to understand our pains and gains as far as AI is considered. So please join survey. It is supposed to be available directly in Zoom webinar tool, or I'm just sharing the screen with the QR code. 32 people already there. Great, Yuri, we are coming to it. Okay. Okay, about 10 people already have reached the final question. That is very nice. So I think I go back or stop sharing. when I end the pool, you can see your own results, only your own result, no shame. But for this, I need to end the pool. So I think other 4 minutes would be fine. What do you think, Mariam Jan? Will we keep the pace of the seminar? So 4 more minutes and we can end the pool and see what happens. Okay?
Yeah. Yes. So how many people are participating in the
50.
survey currently? 50.
Currently 53, 50. Oh my God, so many joined suddenly. 55 currently, and I checked to how many made it to the last question. 30. That is cool. That is very nice already. So I think again that this
Yes, many people
quiz.
report that they are done.
Mhm.
Doesn't work on my phone via QR code before I start the answers for free question.
Mm.
For some reason, doesn't work well.
There are participants who unfortunately are unable to go through the pool because of technical difficulties. We are very sorry for this. Maybe we are partially responsible it because it's a new tool for us too. But there are 75 happy users who already made it to the survey answer. So maybe 2 more minutes and we will discuss the pains or gains through the survey. 2 more minutes, please. And we 82, 83, 84, 85 people. Great. With this survey, we can publish paper already, research paper. It's quite representative set. I'm running a bit ahead of schedule, but tomorrow Anna will play other games with you and we will compare how people answer the same questions about AI in different countries in Finland, Armenia, Georgia, Moldova, and we'll compare. It's going to be also interesting tomorrow. Yeah, but I just Georgia and Armenia mostly. Georgia, Armenia, and Finland. How professors and teachers see the same problems in AI. It's pretty interesting. 95 people are now fighting in our survey. 96. I want to reach 100 and then stop it. But dear colleagues, I would be happy to share this pool with you. Of course, you can run it for your family and friends if you need it, or if you're still hungry to answer, you can do it. So I'm very sorry that I have to finish it because we want to discuss it briefly. Yeah, but don't feel upset if suddenly you kicked off of the survey. But we need to keep the pace going, and we need to, how to say it, to punish late students and to award early students. So let's end the poll now. Thank you so much. I'm ending the poll, and I'm ending sharing the screen. I do hope that now you can see your results. Do you?
I see as a panelist.
As a panelist, you can see, yeah. Okay. And I'm showing correct answers to all, hopefully. Okay, so quick thing to get you angry or happy with the results, and let me quickly go through it together with maybe with the help of Anna, who is a true specialist in computer, not like me, and have a quick comments on it. Okay. So maybe I will do like this. I will again share my screen, and you will see my my table, this result. Yeah, hopefully. So I don't need. Can you see the results? Yeah, maybe the screen is small, but still visible. Okay, we go. First question is warm up. What of this is example of AI used in daily life? Correct answer is EU border control. Believe me or not, but when your passport is scanned in the EU, then artificial intelligence checks is it correct passport or not. It is done by trained neural network. So we even had a little fight within our group. What is correct answer? So formally, of course, Microsoft Windows use a lot of AI, and Word can use AI, but check spelling is just you compare your existing word with a dictionary. So AI is not involved. So that was a bit tricky question to start. What is deep fake? According to definitions that are accepted in European Union, it is anything that looks like a real object but is not real object. Okay, so most of us are safe here. Most 53% of people were also correct here. Very nice. Third, a university employee edits exam questions by using external AI service before exam is done. So what is ethical or security concern? I would say immediately it's a security concern, because whatever you share with artificial intelligence, whether it paid subscription or not, there are little chances that it will go to public. Small, very small chances, but you better not do it. Okay, so it's a security concern. I'm very happy that 54% of people are with us here. Okay, then exam content maybe confidential and disclosure maybe. Fourth, the teacher uploads a student assignment containing the student name and ID number to a public AI chatbot. Frankly, do you do it from time to time to make a kind of a review? I never do it. Yeah. Which statement is most accurate? So this may violate privacy or institutional policy. So far, there is no legal domain. It's not legal domain, but institutional policy can clearly, prevent us from doing this. Because whenever you put any personal information in AI, then there are chances it could be leak of information. So we should not do it. We should not do it. And that's with. 84%, 82% agree with me. That is very nice. A lecturer uses AI to generate the first draft of lecture slides, but then substantially revises them. It happens to me very often. What is true? They have to be labeled as AI generated. It's ethical. It's good to have them labeled. By the way, so far we don't have to do it, but the good practice should tell us to do it. But the most accurate is as the lecturer remains responsible for the content regardless of AI assistant. Not only lecturer, doctor, lawyer, administrator, we're all responsible for AI assisted contents. So you are also with me here. That is very nice. 76%. Teacher uses public AI service to process all the teaching materials she created. She does not mind sharing the materials with public. That's okay. We share and openly. What should be considered? So that was also a kind of discussable question. We discussed it in our team. So if teacher does not mind leaking the materials, it's okay to upload an AI, but AI will be trained on your materials. And if you are a super good teacher who want to be very competitive, so you want to stay with this competitive advantage of your excellence as teaching, so you can lose it because AI can be trained on your tricks. Yeah, and that could be possibly the case. Maybe you have heard of the famous case that happened in the United Kingdom when many musicians published a disc album with there were no songs. And the whole idea was they did not want AI to be trained on their music. That's pretty interesting. They did not want AI to be trained on their music. They wanted to make it illegal. So if you are like musician, carry of your teaching content, you have to take care. And if you don't want AI to be trained on your material, you should not do it. So that was you see, most of people believe that confidentiality considerations remain, but in the setup of this question, it was written that teacher does not mind sharing. So that was the thing. AI tool, next question, claims it does not train on user data. That could happen. You can tick it, especially in paid subscriptions to AI. You can say, yeah, don't train your your network on my materials. So what conclusion should be drawn? The uploaded information can never leak nothing. No, the information is automatically anonymous, cannot say. The risk is reduced, but confidentiality and security considerations remain. Although the AI is not being trained on your materials, but still, whenever you play something like in Google search string, you put it in a prompt string of ChatGPT or any other LLM, then there are chances of the leak. So you have to be pretty careful. Chances are low, but they exist. They exist. So next one, a teacher asks an AI system to determine whether a student committed plagiarism on the essay. Which statement is appropriate? Yeah, most of us are here. AI may assist analysis, but the teacher must make the final judgment. So that happens. By the way, what I'm not allowed to do is to put, I think it's next question, by the way, as far as I remember. A teacher asks AI system to determine whether a student committed plagiarism. Which statement is appropriate? There is a risk that plagiarism is detected and not detected by it. It's okay. Sorry, all of them are correct. Yeah, and one thing for us as a teachers have to be considered, that any personal information of a student, including his output as, let's say, a report or essay on certain topic, it is under his or her copyright. So you have to ask the permission of student, is it okay if I share what you send to me with others? Because sharing with a prompt of ChatGPT or with other artificial intelligence would be a violation of copyright law, believe me or not. So we have to be a bit careful with it here. So, but all of them are correct here. Thank you. You see? And most of people, the biggest half of the people agreed with me. That is very nice. We're closing to the end. A student submits an essay. I edited a few sentences, so it's entirely my work. Yeah. This is what is called gray zone. Some institutions would forbid it. Some institutions would say, okay, everything depends on the rules of institution, universities in this case. A teacher uses an AI image generation service to produce students' avatars from their camera look in Zoom. Fun. Yeah, and which factor is most important? Yeah, as soon as we consider personal information and the face of student is his or her personal information, we have to get a consent that we are allowed to use this personal information in order to even to improve some class. But still, it is quite important. Yeah. By the way, the situation in Finland is pretty tough in terms of taking photos or using photos. I'm not even allowed to take my photos from my kid when he's performing in school, because other students are also in my photos. So that's pretty tough. 12, AI provide a reference for scientific article. Of course, that is what we have to do, because chances are very high that the reference is wrong. So we have to verify everything, including references. Yeah, and the last one, which statements best reflect responsible AI use in academia? Yeah, I would go directly to the answer, and I'm happy that almost 90% of us agree with me that humans remain accountable. So there were already some dispute in the court, and in each dispute the company became responsible for AI generated statements, although it was AI generated. Okay. Whew. So how do you feel? How do you feel now? So I think yes, we need to run immediately, as Anna is kicking me that we have to go to the presentation. So let me drop the pathetical part, about this survey. In general, I'm very happy that we are on the same page, that maybe we don't need my lecture at all, because we understand a lot of things similarly. So however, because there is a slot in agenda, let me share my quick presentation, and hopefully you will find it useful. So a quick check if you can see it in a proper mode. Anna, can we see it? It is now in
Leonid, just a question from...
Yes. Okay.
Leonid, can you hear me? Yes.
Yes,
There is a question from Tadef Markarian, whether they can have the test with correct answers. So can we share
Of course, with pleasure.
Yes. Okay.
It's a good sign that it was fun to go through. Of course. I need to say that the first version was generated by AI, by ChatGPT plus, but I spent hours correcting it to make it more fun, to check it. So yes, but you can share it, of course. Good. So let's go through my 200 PowerPoint slides. No, not 200, just 30, and I will try to go it in very brief mode, because it looks like we are a lot of things we already understand the same way. Yeah. Okay. Very nice. Where I am currently, and it is Lappiranta. It is in Finland. The map is in front of you. Lappiranta is the greenest city in Europe. So 2 years ago it was awarded with a Green Leaf Award. So it's very fresh air. Let me put it like this. And it is the 13th biggest city in Finland, with a population of 75,000 people. Is it comparable to Vanadzor, I guess? Oh, Vanadzor is big, I think. Yes. So it's an actual photo. It's what we have now at night. It's so-called yöton yö in Finnish language. That means the night without night. Okay, and to a quick introduction to university, with hopefully many of you already has been acquainted with. It's pretty young. It's one year. Pretty young means 1 year younger than me. And it is close to already 10,000 people. We are growing really fast. When I joined university 10 years ago, that was just 5,000 people. Very multinational, more than 100 different nationalities. And in Times Higher Education Global Rating, it is within best 300. That, I think, the great result for universities that is located in the middle of nowhere, in the forest, not in the capital. So pretty much great. And it would be nice to have all forms of cooperation with you, if you consider this university attractive. So what I would love to talk about quickly: background of, let's say, legal, financial, and administrative support of AI in Europe. Maybe 10 slides. Yeah. 5 slides about a Finnish case, how we do it in Finland, how in Finland the state supports AI deployment, what is the ethics of AI use, and how AI use should be used in order to keep academic integrity, and the example of Lappiranta University. Yeah. Again, maybe it's not a great thing to start with disclaimer, but disclaimer is that there is no master in this topic. We are all bumping into problems, discuss them, and I hope that my presentation would be also a kind of sharing of experience of using AI, and how we do it, and how we regulate it in it. Okay, so as a colleague to colleague. Good. That is a picture what is happening in using AI. So in Europe and in Finland, it is believed that AI could be a driver for economy. So compare, I don't know, a primary medical service with AI and no AI. When AI agent can help you to run things. Imagine the customer support when AI can easily, help you with the primary advice, where to go and so on. So again, the statement is that AI in Europe is considered as a driver of economy. So they track the involvement of AI by enterprises in business. And what you see here in blue pillars are at 2024, and what it is, what is the color? Is a kind of purple. And purple color is what is happening now. You see the progress. So it was in general about 13% 2 years ago, and now it's already 20%, and we are still counting. And if you find Finland, you can see that, or Norway or other Nordic countries, I think we are pretty safe here. We are progressing pretty fast, and our numbers are very good. But that is what is tracked and what is considered as a KPI of the using of AI success. About legal things using, there is a document. I'm not lawyer, I'm engineer. It is a disclaimer. So, but I want to say that it was 2 years ago, there was a special AI Act was approved in Europe, and it is becoming already effective. So it's a legally bound, how does the lawyers say, binding, legally binding document. So if you do something wrong, you get a pretty big penalty. But it is not yet applied because people learn how to use it. And for this, they share a lot of different codes of how to interpret and how to use different chapters of this. For example, the most discussed and I think the most relevant to academia is a code how to keep transparency of AI use. So, for example, in my presentation, whenever I use AI, I put a label there. Nobody asked me, but I think it's a kind of fair that if something is generated by AI, I put a label. And in Anna's dissertation, sorry, not dissertation, of course, no, in presentation, she still uses AI images without saying that it was an AI image. So we are both safe. But in time to come, it could become illegal to use AI. It's being discussed. Maybe that's the most important and most critical thing right now to discuss in academia: how to make AI use transparent. And what you see on the screen, and you have links, and Mariana Jan already sent it to you, links to this document, how Europe tried to make a kind of code of transparency, because it tells us how to use, how to mark. For example, this handsome man is a AI fake, and and you see it, and there are samples how AI contents is to be how it is to be marked, not to mislead others. So you see, it could be completely generated, it could be modified, and we have to use it depending on what we actually did. Yeah. So that is, if everything goes well, that this document will be approved already in August of this year, so in 1 month, and it will become the law. What is maybe for us as academia, obscure academia people, it is not immediately something that we have to be afraid of or use it, because it's mostly supposed to be used by AI deployers and AI developers for the business, but gradually it would definitely come into our domain. Okay, so what else? I will quickly run through administrative support in Europe, in European Union. So in 2024, they established a special EU AI office. And as a taxpayer, I thought, oh no, one more office. But then I read that it's only 125 people there. It is kind of manageable bureaucracy. And the task is to support AI deployment in different areas, because a few slides ago, I said that it's considered a driver for economy. Okay, financially. So the numbers are very big. So there are 200 billion euro in the market there. Soon, altogether, governmental spendings, private money, so it's 200 billion. So for me, everything that is after 100,000 is too much. I don't know, I cannot count, but it's a big money, I think, yeah? So, and how it is split? There are different infrastructure projects, there are different research projects, and all of them are like a nested doll, come out of each other. So, but the big number to be impressed is 200 billion euro in the market in the coming future. Yeah. For example, we all are applying for Horizon financing, and only on Horizon framework. So for research, it's very important for academia, that would be about 700 million. That is pretty good piece of money. So quickly, to make an administrative conclusion, not administrative, trying to share the picture of what is happening in Europe. So it is not anymore the question, do you use AI or not? The question is, how do you use it? It's becoming a reality of economy. And 200 billion euro, it's incredible money, and it's going to be spent on AI. So a legal background is AI Act. If you are interested, then you can easily click and understand it much better than I do. And it's going to be enforced from August of this year already. Everything is just happening. It's pretty interesting. Just a week ago, I got a message telling that there would be new reduction of code and so on. So everything is in the air. It was Mariana, very good idea to organize a seminar. And finally, closest to academia is this Article 50, transparency in using AI. I think for us as teachers, sometimes learners, it is super important to make a kind of ethical ethical, to make it very clear that in my lecture, preparing my lecture, I used AI, or if I'm student, that in this and this and this was generated with the help of AI. So the same way like it was with a plagiarism, I think about maybe 30 years ago, was not even considered a sin. Yes, case Finland. There are a lot of initiatives. Also, there was an even special program of digitalization in Finland, run 6 years ago. There was also a special center for organized especially for AI support and deployment, and the Digivisio program that was extended to 2030 with artificial intelligence 4.0. So there are mostly about how to support companies to use AI. It also means that in big funding organizations like Academy of Finland, a big share of projects or proposals have bigger chances to win if they are about AI. So I better shut up here, because if you have interest, you can easily click, and if you are happy to work for ministry, you can try to find good patterns, good practices, and maybe copy paste something. So financial in Finland, we can see the numbers: 2.1 billion, that is 1% of this 200 billion that is in Europe. Yeah, and I break down it in different spending for specific projects. Yeah, but was to show you the whole picture. So special efforts, I give some exemplary efforts of, for example, our leader, LUT University, plus University of Helsinki developed a special program. It is called Finnish Center for Artificial Intelligence. They are intensive, active. I visited the website. They do a lot of good things. I like the slogan, real AI for real people. And another program run by Ministry of Finance of Finland. It's a pilot to focus on AI-driven public services. So we are, for example, in Finland, are very short of medical personnel. So the idea is that possibly we can improve life if at least first consulting of patients will happen through AI. Okay, and some examples. Maybe I think I'm running out of time gradually, so I will. Is it okay? Is it fine? So out of these projects, exemplary projects, unfortunately, LUT is not here, as you see. So maybe we need to try harder. University of Helsinki developed a massive online course that won millions of users. Elements of AI. It's open, it's free, and it's very nice. And LUT University, well, I already said, they established a Finnish Center for Artificial Intelligence. Good. Another thing to be proud of, if you know, maybe even better than me, that the more, I would say, the more expensive AI you use, the better the result you get. And that means almost completely correlated to computational ability. That is why now they build a lot of data centers, a lot of supercomputers. And even in Finland, in 2022, we built a computer. That is a nice picture of it. And it's from the north. Yeah, and it's called Lumi. Lumi is snow in Finnish language, and it is a world within 10 most powerful computers. The correlation again, it's pretty straight, because the more powerful computers, then the more reliable, I would say, the more interesting results you can get from AI. Yeah, and okay, good. Conclusions about Finland. So I would like rather to focus on number 3 conclusions that I'd always try to say, to share with many people who ask me what is the secret, let's say, of efficiency of Finnish education in general. Yeah, I would say that the difference is a pretty big difference comparing to, let's say, to ex-Soviet system. I'm a fruit of. I'm originally from Leningrad. So to all, let's say, rather how to say it, command-driven economy, that in Finland and in many countries of Europe, a university have a lot of autonomies. So that means we don't have special regulations. You have to use AI, use this AI, and so on. We are given a chance to use it, but to use it and how to use it, mostly the concern of specific professor. I know several professors who don't use AI and happy. I know several professors who still have PowerPoint slides and that it no Moodle and happy because students are happy. So, and that is a bit, how to say it, a bit different. So maybe we should keep our expectations low that, our ministry will develop the best program, how to deploy AI, and we will enjoy it and apply. No, I think that is how to say it, fundamentally big difference here with let's say with how the whole system work, and we have to be aware. So there is no single specific solution for the whole Finland or to universities or even up to professor. As a professor, I am free to use anything I like as soon as students are happy. If the feedback is good, then I'm good professor, and then it does not matter. I'm good professor because I use AI. No, I don't think so. Okay, security, transparency. We were so much on the same page here that maybe I will run super fast through it. So two issues for us as the users of AI. One is security and one is transparency. If I want a very short elevator pitch, like going from first floor to the third floor, very short one, yeah. So security means that we can unintentionally arrange a leak of information that could be considered non-disclosure. For example, non-disclosure agreement or exam questions or even student personal information. And transparency means that we have to make it very clear that we have used AI. So we should not mislead the reader or a student that, let's say, quiz he or she is going through, or even a text he or she has to learn that it is generated by us. If AI was used, we have to make it very clear, and I think it's good not to mislead. So you see the mark AI generated because I prompted ChatGPT, and ChatGPT helped me with very simple questions we have to ask before we start prompting. It does not matter whether it is paid account or not paid account. The problem is the same. Would I be comfortable sharing this information with someone else? If you don't feel comfortable that the information that you use for prompting will be shared with someone, don't do it. There is a risk of information leak. It's about security. Yeah. So it was also recommended by ChatGPT to say that technically it is not supposed to leak, but there are no guarantees, and there would be no single AI. Maybe you correct me if I'm wrong, but no single AI that would guarantee that it is a third party safe. Yeah. So we have to be very careful here. And about transparency, it's ethical things. So in security, if you committed a leak, you can be in court. But this is still ethical things that we have to label. And the question that ChatGPT wants us to ask ourselves before using ChatGPT generated information: would a reasonable person be misled? If a person could be misled by what you bring, that it is generated by humans, then it is better to put a mark ChatGPT AI generated. Okay, good. And I think it is healthy to mark like you put a quote. If you copy paste a paragraph, it's okay to copy paste if you put it in a kind of special frame, or if you indicated clearly that this sentence, this paragraph was copy pasted the same way you can do with ChatGPT. So, and there are some exemplary cases how you can make it happen. Good. So we are safe now and we are transparent. So let me go quickly to our own pains and gains that we experience at LUT University. As I said, there are no masters so far who know how to use it the best way. All universities have painful experiments and try to develop approach how to frame it legally, ethically. And I'm very happy I'm sharing what we do, because possibly you can also you can find some rules very good to apply. So practices at LUT. So that is what is found on, not found, I mean, what we all know. LUT bought a license for Copilot. And it is written there that if you are a legal, so registered student of LUT, you can use this Copilot paid license. Paid artificial intelligence could be much more comfortable to use. Results could be more interesting, and so on and so on. There are a lot of benefits of it, but it is not used for training. So there is a tick. It is tick that whatever I upload to Copilot, it is not used for training Copilot. That is an agreement. So in this way, I'm safe. I still have job. in 10 years because AI does not learn from me how to teach my perfect lectures. Yeah, but it is still not protected from, let's say, from the data leak. Okay, so to take out, LUT University uses subscription to Copilot. And another fun, when I was preparing a lecture, I found an interesting master thesis of a student who graduated just 1 year ago. And he was Arnie was his name. And he was trying to check students, how often they cheat. And statistic is not good. So you see that at least once, so about 80% of students of LUT confessed that they cheated at least one, and 60%, and to at least one of the above. Unethical use, unethical. So that is a 70% at least, 80% confessed that they cheated with the help of AI. Possibly that means that I brought to professor the report that was not generated to me. Also, I was not allowed to do it. Yeah, and about 60 did it repeatedly. Sorry, I don't have.
AI to cheat at least
at least once. Okay, so that is. For Finland, that is, Finns never lie. It's a big crime. Finns don't lie. That is a kind of statement, Finnish culture on it. And to know that students are cheating on you, that is terrible. But it is a problem. It is a problem exists. So, and there are a lot of, small things in the regulation just published in the October of last year about the policy of university toward AI. What is very good, it has to be published. And even when professors, when we start a course and you declare that AI is allowed or not allowed, it is better to have it published, not to explain by words. Students complain that rules of using AI were just spoken but not written. But it is written here. And again, for the sake of time, hopefully I'm finally running. Yes. Am I running out of time finally? Not running out of 3 minutes. Oh, I have plenty of time. But to say, it is interesting taking out what is possible, what is impossible, what is considered appropriate or not appropriate. Again, as we share all the materials, you can find something, you can save your time if you need your own one. Yeah. What is interesting, provide guidance. We have to provide guidance. Students must document. That is very nice. Students must document the use of AI. That is what we try always to explain to students, that if you prepare a report to the assignments that you got, please explain how did you use AI. And it takes, I think, maybe several years before they start doing it, because right now we get a report and it's not clear which part was generated by AI, which part was assisted by AI. So transparency, dear colleagues. Yeah, and the ending of it, it's almost the last slide. AI material cannot be used as scientific source. Yeah, the rules of academic writing before, they may be a bit similar to plagiarism, and our relationship with the plagiarism. So it has to be it has to be clear if you borrow something. Materials copyright. Yeah, we are concerned about copyright. So, dear colleagues, I think we better save time because I don't want to read from the screen, and I leave it for you to use. So, to conclude, I better go to conclusion. So, what is some benefits and problems with the use of AI? And you see there are more problems so far. That is a little bit pessimistic. But still, what are the benefits? Of course, it's a huge assistantship to make your lecture more engaging. I gave you an example, let's say the first version of the quiz you go through was generated by AI, but I was mostly impressed a couple of months ago when I told to Copilot, if you remember we have Copilot, go to the drive of our team, find my lecture on the topic of system modeling and prepare a hands-on exercise. I was pretty much impressed how AI generated a very nice simulation tool in which students can choose different parameters of exponent, or like differential equation, and then there were different graphs, so students can play it with sliders. And oh my God, it was without even single involvement of me. I just I sent AI to my folder, and then ask to find my lecture and go and prepare the teaching aid. That was just great. That was nice. So it is a big assistantship in a lot of routine elements, like as far as research is considered, for example, better phrasing, helping building the code in Python or in MATLAB for experiment and many others. And it is, I need to realize it's a very strong competitor, and we need competitors. If we believe in Darwinism, yes, that is like, we need competitors to become better and stronger. So I realize that whatever I teach, I have a colleague that is called AI teacher that can do a lot of things maybe better than me. So then the question appears, why I call students 8 a.m. to my class if AI can teach them much better than me? And it is a very interesting question that possibly helps us to grow. Yeah, and the problems in using AI. No still clear border between have been slightly used AI and significantly used after AI. There is no guarantee that confidentiality will be kept as soon as you do prompting, and then accessibility to good AI tool can raise a question of equality, because students with a better paid account can definitely demonstrate better results. That is not nice. It is becoming a competitor to us, and a competitor, it's a challenge. It's an interesting challenge, I would say, as painful as interesting. But in our life, a lot of things come the same way. And it is so easy to cheat that even students, even they promise not to cheat, they still cheat. And it raises a question how we have to organize our exams, maybe back to oral exams like in last century, maybe, because to organize a proctor exam to everyone would be even too expensive or unrealistic, or in general rethinking of exam as a way, instead of checking knowledge of students to know something, instead of that, checking ability of students to do something, some hands-on or whatever. So that was it. So we ran very fast. I leave you also with some references that possibly helpful, and basically that is all. Am I safe with time?
Yes, we are
Okay.
time, but we have a person who has.
We already have quick question, or yes, maybe we. Okay, Maro, I am trying to find you in the attendees. Okay, one is here because I'm.
I can put allow to talk. Yes.
Yes. Please, Maro Jan. Can you hear us? You have been raising your hand maybe for 1 hour, so it's. Yes, again, you raised my hand. Should I what, promote to panelists maybe?
No. You can talk. Unmute your microphone.
Which AI, meanwhile, which AI tool do you use for research and teaching? We have 2 subscriptions. One is ChatGPT Plus, and one was a Copilot. For teaching, I use both. For research, I hate to say I not intensively use it for research yet. Yes, because my research is mostly in quantitative domain. I'm an engineer, so my research is a lot about experiments, modeling, some equations, and so on. But maybe Anna tomorrow can share her experience, because she actually researching on AI and with AI. Not boring. That is a good, Mariana.
Yes, I was reading that.
Okay, Maro again. Maro is asking, but Maro does not talk. Sorry. Maro, we can hear you. Whoa.
Yeah.
Please go ahead.
Sorry, I am very busy today.
We are not.
I am sorry. I have guests now. That's why.
Okay. What is your question?
But I am listening to you, but I can't mute me.
Okay, nice. Okay, that is great that you are with us, Mara. Thank you for your time donation. Sorry.
I think the hand was an accident.
Okay, no problem.
Okay.
No problem. Yes.
Gayane, please.
Yes. Thank you for a very interesting and challenging presentation. I have, in fact, 2 questions. First one, do you use AI in assessment student knowledge of the students. And do you have any tools, or are there any tools to identify whether AI has been used for a thesis, a research work, or any other present? Like you said, I used the AI for this presentation, but this is what you told. But are there any tools that can say that it has been used, AI?
Gayane Can, I will start from the last part. Yeah, no, there is no tool with which you can go to the court, and say, I can prove that was AI generated. If you use, for example, Turnitin subscription, that is pretty nice. There are like chances. It can tell you that there are chances that a huge amount of the text was AI generated, but not yet, bulletproof in a way, if I'm answering. What was the first part? But Anna will talk about it much better than me tomorrow. The first question was
what do we use for assessment?
For assessment, I'm old school guy. So frankly speaking, if I see that report is written by human being, by student, I always do it with like a human being with a check and comments. But if I see that student, instead of his or her own thoughts, brought me ChatGPT thing, I revise it with ChatGPT.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Now we need 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Thank you, Leonid. Yes, for the very insightful and interesting presentation. So now we can have a 5-minute break, and then we will continue with our panel discussion. And please grab your coffees or whatever, and also use the section questions and answers. Yes, for your questions. And then we will have a Q&A session after the panel discussion. So we'll meet very shortly in 5 minutes.
Oh, we stop recording, but please remind me that we have to launch it again.
Oh. Can we start? Yes.
Yeah, I restarted recording.
Yes. Yes. So welcome back, everyone. And now we're moving to our panel discussion, which brings together a representative from the policy making side, higher education institutions, quality assurance, and from the student community to discuss just one central question: what are the opportunities and challenges of integrating AI into higher education, teaching and learning in Armenia. And our panelists are Mikhail Hovanesyan, Vice Rector for International Cooperation, Development and Innovation at Yerevan State University, is also one of the higher education reform experts. We have Mr. Yerevan Topcan, Director of the National Center for Professional Education Quality Assurance. Yes. Mr. Harutsun Sargsyan, Deputy Chair of the Higher Education and Science Committee, and we have a student representative, Emma Harutsunyan. She will be representing the student perspective from Eurasia International University. She is one of Erasmus Plus Mobility scholarship winners, and she's interested in the topic of AI and has done several studies into the topic. So, and this panel discussion will be chaired by Professor Chechurin. So I mute myself here and give you the floor. Thank you.
No, please don't mute yourself. Keep it. We need definitely a lot of reactions, but thank you so much for introduction, and thank you, dear panelists, for finding time, because I see you are all very busy officials. I want to introduce one more expert that is not among the participants. It's called artificial intelligence. So thanking to Anna, we have a possibility also to to listen to the opinion of a virtual panelist that is somehow was prepared, and I hope we will do it not right now. Yeah, a bit late or now. We ready to go, yes. So maybe to spice up a little bit the meeting, we will first have a fruit of artificial intelligence that is trying to say something intelligent, artificially intelligent, on the topic of our today's meeting. Are we ready to go? Yeah, we are coming.
So you need to...
I need to unmute myself, okay. Yeah. You will share the screen.
Can you see my screen?
Yes, we can see it.
And can you hear?
А я выключил звук, чтобы не слышать, потому что я боюсь этого самого звука.
Сейчас. Так. I have unmuted. Can you hear me? Mariana,
Yes, we can.
Please confirm.
We hear.
Nobody can hear me.
Okay.
Okay, when open your computer, please. SPC group. Где все презентации? Так, вот это панел.
Запускать?
Да.
Так я буду запускать?
А я буду показывать.
Окей.
Так его не зовут, вот отмьютиться.
To explain OpenAI education.
Остановить. Говорим. Run.
Okay, it's coming, and then
Iterative prompting process to explain OpenAI's Education for Countries initiative. The narration was synthesized using 11 labs. Good afternoon. Over the past 2 years, the question in higher education has changed. In 2023, universities were asking, should we allow ChatGPT? Today, the real question is, how do we prepare students for a world where AI is everywhere? This is why Armenia's recent announcement deserves international attention. Just a few weeks ago, the Armenian government announced a national partnership with OpenAI and Firebird to provide around 50,000 educational AI licenses, ChatGPT, Edu, and Codex to universities, researchers, teachers, and students across the country. This is not simply about distributing AI licenses. It is one of the first examples of a country treating AI as educational infrastructure. Alongside access to AI tools, the initiative includes governance, teacher training, and institutional support. Armenia is not alone. We are beginning to see a new generation of national AI initiatives. Estonia has launched one of Europe's first nationwide deployments of ChatGPT Edu, combining access for more than 30,000 students and educators with longitudinal research to measure AI's impact on learning. Greece has adopted a teacher-first approach, introducing AI through educator training and phased classroom implementation. Malta has embedded AI into its broader national digital strategy, linking access to AI tools with large-scale AI literacy initiatives. And this is only the beginning. OpenAI's first Education for Countries cohort also includes Jordan, Kazakhstan, Slovakia, the United Arab Emirates, Trinidad and Tobago, and Italy's Conference of University Rectors. Although these partnerships are at different stages, they all point in the same direction. Governments are moving beyond isolated university pilots and beginning to treat AI as part of national educational infrastructure. At the same time, we should be honest about the challenges. Assessment must change. Faculty need support, not just licenses, and universities need clear policies on academic integrity, privacy, and responsible AI use. There is, however, another question that deserves equal attention: digital sovereignty. When a country adopts AI at a national scale, it is not simply choosing a software platform. It is also choosing where educational data is processed, which legal jurisdiction applies, and who ultimately governs that infrastructure. For example, most leading AI platforms are operated by US companies. Under the US Cloud Act, American authorities may, under specific legal procedures, request access to data held by US-based technology providers. This does not mean that governments have unrestricted access to educational data, but it does mean that questions of data jurisdiction and legal oversight cannot be ignored. This is why digital sovereignty is becoming a strategic issue for education. Universities are not only processing lecture notes or student essays, they are increasingly working with research data, intellectual property, unpublished scientific results, and sensitive institutional information. The answer, however, is not to reject AI. The answer is to govern it responsibly by defining what data can and cannot be shared with external AI systems, ensuring institutional oversight, negotiating appropriate contractual safeguards, and continuing to invest in national AI capabilities alongside international partnerships. Ultimately, the success of Armenia's initiative will not be measured by the number of AI licenses it distributes. It will be measured by whether it strengthens the country's capacity to innovate while preserving its academic independence, data governance, and digital sovereignty. Thank you.
No, that was it. That was it. Yeah. Okay. Thank you, artificial intelligence, for this inspirational introduction, built on somehow. How much efforts did it take, Anna, to make it? 1 hour?
It took some
time.
efforts,
Okay.
yes.
Okay, but now let's go to natural intelligence, to our to our wonderful panelists, and if possible, maybe I will start not in alphabetic order, but in order that is prepared by in our agenda. But Mikhail, are you still with us?
Always.
Super, thank you so much. Thank you. Yes, it is great to have a real vice rector among simple people like me. Yeah, and I will try to ask.
Don't overestimate me, please.
Yeah, it's the same question that will go through all panelists, maybe with small variation. Of course, you should say any statement you like. But what do you think? To which extent this European approaches, trends, evaluation criteria as far as AI is considered are applicable for Armenia? Should Armenia develop your own way of doing and deployment, or like join the train in a way? What is?
Well, in my opinion, both. I mean, it is to a certain extent, because it is, apart from everything, also an opportunity, or also to some extent a mandatory framework that will allow Armenia to continue to be integrated in the overall European regulatory framework, regardless to whether or not it specifically addresses AI or anything else. So it's basically to continue in some terms to comply to the rules of the game adopted by European educational environment. So and obviously content-wise, it is also applicable to Armenia, because there are lots of issues that are common, and lots of both the let's say opportunities and challenges are common for all countries. But the no part comes actually from what the AI generated response on AI in Armenia was, because there are obviously certain directions and certain specific processes that may require additional regulations for Armenia in terms of the entire drastic AI integration in Armenia's economy, and as a consequence, the growing request from the Armenian academic environment in that regard, because we can try to expect that. Well, we can expect that in some period of time there will be a huge amount of AI intelligent professionals needed to serve this growing infrastructure in Armenia, which in case of our demography is huge. So I think in terms of implementing additional efforts in Armenian academic environment to build up more capacities in sphere of AI will become a necessity. So I think in this regard, well, obviously as an overall regulatory framework, it is applicable, but we will probably need to expand more and understand whether we will need more than that, more specifics, more targeting, etc., etc.
Thank you so much, Mikhail. Super. Thank you. We'll go to the next panelist. It's a rule of the game. Yeah, Sargisjan, can you hear us?
Yes. Good afternoon, everyone.
So good to see you as a Polytechnic to Polytechnic, yeah, and welcome to the meeting.
Likewise.
And Sargis is also vice rector. We have a beautiful panel today of National Polytechnic University of Armenia. I don't know what is a normal, how to say the current name.
It's correct.
Yeah, and Sargisjan, can you also maybe in a way answer the same question? Yeah. So there are rules. There is European Union, and we try to develop a certain approach to deployment of AI. How to see it? Is it ethical and unethical? To which extent it is applicable in a national Armenian environment, or is it worth making a special effort on localizing it, or maybe we should not follow it at all? What do you think?
Generally, I'm pretty much agree with Mikhail, because we should both, and we should have the local and have in mind the local nuances, because European Union as part as well, beginning of the or establisher of the Bologna process are following the certain criteria for all member countries. So Armenia as well joining the Bologna process and trying to go through these regulations, declaration, other details, of course, should align AI policies to the ones that our European community is offering. Of course, there are as well some nuances that we need to count regarding the national context, regarding the adaptability of the process, regarding the AI literature of the community, and we need to put the goals maybe not as faster as European Union is doing, but from the other point, European Union is quite bureaucratic system. When they are adopting some kind of documents, regulations, I don't know, it took too long. So by the way, they can create this long distance of creating a process. Maybe Armenia will that time adapt to the changes. So again, completely agree that we should, and at the same time, we should take into account some nuances of the national context.
Do you think there are some specific nuances, and what are they? Cultural, technological? I'm sorry, that cannot help us.
I think regarding the technological nuances, we are pretty much faster and not getting back. Mm-hmm. So here may be some kind of mentality, some kind of readiness to adapt and to live with the AI, because at national level I can see that there are some resistance about the changes, about the people cannot fully, the communities in different aspects cannot fully accept AI as an opportunity. A lot of people see this as more threat. Mm-hmm. Threat to their works, threat mm-hmm. to the quality of life, quality mm-hmm. of education, not life. But a lot of people rising that AI will damage the quality of education. Everyone is using this. etc., etc., etc. So it's really, really the mindset and the readiness of people to accept the new reality.
Thank you so much, Sargis. Let me go to Ruben Topchan, who is the Director of Quality Assurance for Professional Education. Ruben, thank you so much for finding time. And yeah, you can even choose the question. Of course, I would love to ask you as a head of quality with AI, how to maintain the quality of education. But if you are not ready to answer this question, you can also meditate and provide your natural intelligence, like what is there any special way in Armenia to join, let's say, AI community or not. So if possible, how to maintain quality of education in the situation when everything is become artificial intelligent, please.
Still, not everything become artificial intelligence. It's good news, but the bad news is that soon everybody will become artificial intelligence. Only maybe some universities will have special opportunity to not use it. But I don't know. We have not any specificity, because then you ask question to my colleagues about Armenian specific things. I imagine that I am staying in the border of the sea and big wave coming and different nationalities staying and afraid that a wave is coming, and how they will behave differently. I think the human being is the same, and I think that the methods will be the same. So we all together have to find a solution, because human thinking, human being, human learning, teaching, etc. I think so. It's the same everywhere. So the same issues, same things. And what to be? Again, continuing my metaphor about sea. Sometimes people to survive running to the wave and managing, and some others run away, try to run away, and if the wave is very big, they lose. So better to go in front of the wave. Maybe somehow it will help us. So I am not thinking that we have to restrict everything and do not go the way use of AI. It's very dangerous, because we will late. In February, I were in Israel, and they had the conference in February too in Jerusalem about the AI in education. And their minister told that they are the startup country. If they do not try to today, they already late. So I think we have to try. I think we have to be smart. Because AI same time is have different opportunities for smart people who always prepare for the exam. AI can be supportive. For the student who do not want to learn and last night do something, he will thinking how to have fun on the exam and use AI. And he's really not user of AI. He is only just a momentum use, and will answer on some question and do not think about the education. So if person want to learn, I think it's very supportive. But of course, we need that our kids and our students, everybody, have to have basic knowledge, because without basic knowledge, very difficult to become professional, and not possible to become professional even using AI. Because AI will lay, because the mechanism very probabilistic, and so we cannot rely on that mechanism hard. So it's my answer. But as a quality assurance agency, we did some researches, and we use AI as a partner, which have no special, I don't know how it tell to you, that have not, it's objective partner like that. We did some research. We took some our reports from previous years, and gave AI and asked what is the impact of quality assurance, and please do research based on changing the wording during use of accreditation. And give us real situation, then we check with our colleagues the same, they read and come to the same understanding that it is very big changes. And I think that it is the impartial partner for us. If you want to learn, it's that. You can ask different things. You can ask counter some questions or questions you like. He answer. In both cases, you will understand different answers, and you have to decide which one is useful for you. So I think it's impartial partner. It's supporting us to learn, but we have to be already educated to use it.
Thank you so much. So that was the voice of National Center for Professional Quality Assessment for Education. So very important. So thank you so much, Ruben. We go to Harutun. Are you with us? Harutun Can, can you hear us?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, you know, we were very excited when a week ago we went with through the news, and we found this news about 50,000 subscriptions for ChatGPT that Armenia got, and you were on the photo. And then we realized, oh my God, this person is among our panelists. So that is great to have you here. So you definitely were making in a way history. How you would answer the same question? Yeah, is it anything specific about doing AI in Armenia, or you better try to be aligned with the same EU or wherever approach to deploy it? What do you think?
Thank you for the opportunity to be in this panel. I agree with the colleagues. Of course, now we cannot work or imagine the life and also the process in higher education and in general in education without artificial intelligence. But we should use wisely this tool. As Mr. Asatyan said, we don't see it as a replacement of teachers, but we should use it wisely to enhance the power of our teachers, educators. As you already know, from the beginning of this semester, 50,000 subscription which the government will vote for our students and educators. It's from part of education, but I know that we also have a question about the research. I can say that from the next year, the Scopus will have their tool for artificial intelligence, and researchers in their research can use that tool for scientific review, for literature review, which will help them to be more faster, find the research trends, grants, and collaborations. I know that according to their investigation, scientists now don't trust AI in a reference or scientific review. That's why they decided to make their own AI tool. And from the next year, we will subscribe in that tool also. Maybe that's all. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Harutun Sargsyan is the voice of the government, deputy chair for Higher Education and Science Committee. So that is very nice that you made yourself accessible. And yeah, thank you for sharing thoughts. We have one more, the most important panelist, student. We want to welcome Emma Harutyunyan. Emma, can you hear us? Are you with
Yes,
us?
I can hear you. Hello, everyone.
So thank you so much for finding time for your busy student schedule to be with us. If possible, can we try to make you a little bit more provocative? I mean, you're observing the whole problem from quite different end. Yeah, we are hopeless, at least me, professors, spend whole time in academia, so far away from reality. So how do you see? I mean, this is a flood of AI. In simple, can you fake the whole education by using AI or not? Do you want to do it once you give a chance? So how do you see do you see a problem here? And if you see the problem, say it aloud.
Yes.
Be brave. Yes.
I have to tell you something very, very important for me as a student. Thanks to Erasmus Plus opportunity, I study in Italy, and I also had opportunity to take course about AI. To coming back Armenia, I realized that many students, they all the time using AI, ChatGPT, and for individual works, for presentations and other things. And the most important question for me to ask you, it's, are we going to lose our creativity, our critical thinking or not when we are using AI? Because, for example, I was SMM social marketing manager, and I was creating many beautiful texts. But when AI invented, I started use ChatGPT to create this text. And now when I'm thinking about to create the text, I know AI will create for me. And I noticed that my brain doesn't want to create these texts. Did I lose my ability to create beautiful text? Because when I was creating this text, I was very happy about that. Am I happy now or not? Please tell me, are we going as the students to lose our creativity or critical thinking when are we using AI?
It's a serious question.
Yes, it's very.
Very serious. There are studies, and most of studies are pretty sad. They say that, that students are gradually, not only students, I mean, everyone is gradually losing ability to critically assess what is brought by AI. That is true. And we have to definitely to find a way how to still be able to teach, to be critical, to be creative, and to use ChatGPT not instead of creativity, but as an instrument of creativity. And as Anna is very good in doing it, this is a teaser for tomorrow. Come to our lecture tomorrow, and we will share with you how to, and so on. Okay. But Emma, have you ever cheated in your assignment?
I will be very honest. Yes, I did once.
You did once.
Yes,
Okay.
I did.
Okay. And do you see, so let's say this the problem of quality of education? If you can go through the whole courses and get a very good grades just using, let's say, your friend as a chat GPT. So do you think it would damage your ability to find job later? Because you really if there is a chance, you can fake the whole the big part of your education. Do you think is a problem?
You know what? I really want to use ChatGPT correctly. I want to use ChatGPT as a, how mentioned Professor, objective partner, not a partner which will,
Sparring
yes, it's
partner.
so inspiring me.
Yeah.
Not, I'm not the kind of student who every time use ChatGPT, because I know I have to be very good specialist as a lawyer. So I can assure you that studying law is a really very hard thing, but I'm trying. And I will like blame myself. Why you are all the time using ChatGPT? You have to have your own knowledge about law. So I can all the time be over trust with ChatGPT, you know? It's dangerous.
Yeah.
No, not like
Okay, super. Thank you so much, Emma. Thank you. Okay, that was a quick round for all the esteemed panelists. Thank you very much for sharing your opinion. We have now 10 minutes to have Q&A. Is it right?
Yes.
About
Yes,
10 minutes
exactly.
Q&A. Yeah, Mariana.
20 minutes.
20 minutes. Yeah.
Yes, it's 20
please.
minutes, but we are a little bit behind the time. But
Yeah.
nevertheless, we will. Participants are welcome to raise their hands and ask their questions. So
I would
maybe
especially
if
encourage
there
to
are
ask.
questions, yes.
I would especially encourage to ask panelists, because you will see us tomorrow, but panelists would possibly not available. So we have vice rectors, directors of state committees. So please use the chance to ask
Yes, and I take this
questions. Yeah.
I take this opportunity to thank all the panelists for the contribution, for the time, and for being with us today. And you, Leonid, thank you for chairing it. So let's see, are there any? So, Kane Hartsunyan, there's a raised hand, yes.
Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay. First of all, I'd like to thank all the participants, all the panelists and the moderator for this interesting debate. I have a provocative question, I think, and I would like to ask all the panelists to answer it, but in a very short manner, not the long answers. I think there are some people arguing that artificial intelligence has become the new battleground for higher education. So what do you think? Do you agree with this characterization? If so, what are the key areas of competition? And if not, what do you see the more pressing challenge facing universities today? And I'm happy that we have all the stakeholders on the panel. It's from governance to students. So I'd like to hear from them what is probably one or two areas that they will identify.
Who is brave to answer? Yes.
I may start. Yeah. So
you're muted.
Yeah. Thank you, Gane, for your provocative and quite comprehensive question. It's really important nowadays to try to find kind of not answer, but the way how we are going to be ready for that. There were some studies which were showing that AI won't take your job, but the people who can use AI can take your job. So any cases, even if this digitalization era, even the AI will choose and will replace a lot of job places, but at the same time, it's giving a new opportunities for students, for career, for the job market, as it was like 100 years ago, when horses were changed to the cars. One big sector went down, the new sector rised up. So I think in this manner, the intergenerational angel helping students navigate company culture and AI augmenting work, risk and opportunities of AI across admission, learning analytics, assessment, career guidance should be really, really helpful.
Thank you.
Thank you.
If I may, just a quick reaction. I just wanted to mention that we are focusing on AI, but it's not only about AI. Though AI, to some extent, is gradually becoming some kind of a code word for description of an entire transformation phase. And I think that in continuation, actually, of what Sarkis was mentioning, what we're dealing with is a drastic change of the speed of transfer of information. And the consequences are in accordance with this drastic change of speed, which means that we need to adapt our thinking process and our operational speed to the speed of exchange of information. Humanity had several similar phases in this, the invention of letters, the invention of typography, and now the digital era, and this is continuing with further development of the digital era. And if we're talking about the battlefield, I don't think that this label is appropriate for this particular case. We're talking about a huge new field of challenges and opportunities, and we definitely need to properly assess our needs and also our capacities to act accordingly. And this is, I think, a very important work that requires consistency, patience, and creativity. Just very, very short reaction. I think, yeah, it wouldn't be possible to be shorter here.
If Gayane is satisfied with answers, we can go to the
Yes,
to
yes, I am satisfied. Thank you.
Thank you, Gayane Can. Then
Yeah.
maybe Lucine, can we make you speaking?
Yes.
Yes. Can you?
Yes.
Thank you so much.
She's muted.
Now,
Yes.
is it okay? Can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Thank you very much for a very interesting and insightful presentation. We completed another very interesting workshop in Inaqua 2 days ago on the digital education, and we can now continue this very interesting topic because it's really very relevant with all of us. So the real problem of AI nowadays, in my opinion, in higher education, is not simply cheating, plagiarism, or the use of ChatGPT. No, not at all. I think that the real problem is what we are now considering to be the content of learning, because the real crisis is not that students use AI, but that many academic tasks no longer clearly prove learning, because when we absorb information, we can't consider it as the learning process as well. We should focus on assessment, but sometimes we can see that when we use too much AI, this assessment is losing its validity. When we are talking about teaching, teaching is still, I would like to say, focused too much on information reproduction, and AI, in this case, help the students reveal this information and use in the essays, summaries, standard reports, definitions, and so on, which I would like to say are no more artifacts of the proofs of the knowledge creation, because they are not used for example, real problem-solving purposes. This is a very important issue, because one thing is when we're discussing the plagiarism issues and the ways we're using this AI in for different purposes, but the world is really very, very ahead now, and is now resolving problems connected with quality assurance, which should be ready to, for example, catch up with ethical tasks, to help students to come up with different problems, research issues. Also, we have a lot of problems connected with the implementation of AI in the content of institutional policies, because the institutional policies will guide us towards better decisions. So what is your opinion on two important things? The content of learning with the help of AI. Should we change anything so as to turn the aspect of teaching towards, again, deep understanding and not just absorbing information from different sources, including the AI-generated sources, which are good, but at some point, as Emma mentioned, they will stop students think creatively, and at some point, we will not call these different portions of information knowledge at all. Thank you.
I will try. Thank you, Ms. Vladian, for question. As in Europe, I suppose that in Armenia also we should think about to change the way of assessment because we should assess the creativity, research-based knowledge, and so on. By using AI, we can learn, but the way of assessment, in my opinion, you are right, we should somehow change to enhance the creativity and so on. Thank you.
Thank you, Artem. Who else would like to comment on the question?
Mr. Topchan's microphone is muted, I think. No, you didn't turn it on. Now it's okay.
As usual, Lucine's questions are very hard to answer because you think a lot before asking. And I don't know I am on the right way or not, but by my understanding, the vehicle which move people to learn is curiosity. And I think that AI cannot decrease that curiosity because on any question you can ask new question if you have that sense, and it become process of learning. If person have not curiosity and looking answer for presenting the same answer to another person whose name is teacher, and that person has not a curiosity and he do not learn anyway. And maybe AI is very helpful for him because on workplace he will do the same. He's not interested with content. He's not interested in the he is right or not. Useful this information or not useful, etc. He expecting somebody will tell him that it's right or not, and then if it's not right, he will punish AI. If it's right, he will feel how he is proud, but he do not learn anything. So I think curiosity is more important thing, and we need to motivate again and again students become this curious to look new things, to understand what could be done better, etc. It is learning. So I think the issue of teaching not changed in this new context. Again, the same work have to be done by teacher, and he have to push a student to be more curious. But the work of a teacher become difficult because before teachers activate the curiosity by knowing something which do not know student, and they tell it and waiting the answer, etc. But it was not again teaching. AI can do it in one moment, and this substitution of this kind of teacher is very easy to do. So we have to looking the curious teachers and curious students. And it is, I think, teaching and learning. So we have not to afraid that something happened wrong way. And who remember his any question during his education that he was right or not right? Remember the person who was interested in that question. Who was not interested, he finished, he have the graduate, he have workplace and working there. So I think, Lucina, nothing will be changed.
And do you think that that curiosity is the only pedagogical condition for assuring learning in AI-supported environment in higher education?
I
Or
think
we
it's.
can have other?
I know one standard. It was developed in Australia. They have the research framework, and first standard is curiosity. How to embark student to that place. If you could do it, the next step will be step by step could come. I think it's most important to embark person to the new knowledge. And it is curiosity, I think.
So it means that it is the core of genuine learning, as far as I understand.
Yeah, yeah.
And is
I
it
think
possible
so.
to change the method so as to make this curiosity a center of pedagogical condition in any kind of an academic task? Or it
Look,
depends on different other things?
I know one method. Then teacher explains something to student. He have to mention that once it was time, then he do not know that knowledge, and how happened. Then he learn. And more and more teacher can show these exercises in front of students. Then he will show that he was the same person, and he learned and now become a professor and have a lot of knowledge, etc., and can do many things. We always have to show the way how we become, and maybe students will follow us. It is my idea.
And may I ask you just an opposite question as well? So in case we see the plagiarism, cheating, and so on, we can say that there is no curiosity and that it's a real problem with all of us.
Look, if we see cheating in normal case, if there was not AI, it's mean that we found person who do not want to learn. So we punish not for the cheating, but for not want to learn, like that.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you. Any other comments on the question? So I see no comments and there are no questions. Just maybe one question on my side, and we will wrap up this Q&A session. Today we talked about the benefits, the challenges, but I think we have not touched upon the question of inclusion and inequality. So what are your thoughts on this? Is AI a real threat to inclusion and equality, equal opportunities for all learners? So I would like very much to hear some thoughts on this to maybe Professor Chechurin.
Thank you, Mariana Jan. It's an important question. We always have to think about. And it was in Q&A. There was already one question: what we have to do with old generation, who sometimes unable to learn, so fast about AI, how to use it, and so it's excellent concern, and it's really great to take it in, to have it somewhere in the background. That there are people who needs extra help to start using AI a proper way and not to be afraid on it. It is being discussed also even in Finland. I would say that all the people they even complain that they have special application to go for shopping. They say, why on earth I have to use this application, and why those who use this application have discounts? No, they complain. They complain. I'm unable to use because I'm old. I mean, I have, and it is a very good thing. I don't know how to address it, Marianne. I don't have any ready silver bullet for it. But it is very nice that we raise this question and to include. And I already tried to speculate that if there are students who cannot afford buying a decent license for AI, that means that maybe their teaching result will be worse. And it is also about accessibility. That was from me. Yeah.
Yeah, thank you. Any other thoughts on this,
If I
colleagues?
may, I may jump in and also to react to the question that was in the written Q&A part, again related to older generation and in terms of inclusion as well. But well, the classical answer is whenever you see a challenge, there is also an opportunity. So basically, it can contribute to more inclusive education and vice versa. Depends on how you're applying the solutions and how you're using it. And here, when we, for example, try to reflect on how to integrate the older generation to people who are used to other tools and instruments in teaching and learning, obviously you may not be successful and basically exclude them from this new wave of teaching process, or you can try to be creative and make the best of their engagement. And here, when we're talking about, and also probably touching about some older questions asked during this session, when we're talking about how the education will transform or is transforming, although Mr. Topchan's reaction was more of the Eastern wisdom logic, I think that nothing changes, and I think that there are some things that can change drastically. And again, we were talking about evolution and revolution, and this, strangely enough, is a simultaneous process. So we will have most likely approaches in transforming on systemic level the educational process from one where there is a teacher and a learner to another one where there are two sides that possess different knowledges and skills, and they are not positioned as teachers and learners anymore. They are positioned more as co-creators. And one more thing is, I think, what we need to take into account is when we're talking about integrating AI in the educational process, we need to bear in mind the fact that AI is not initiating; it is grabbing human intelligence as the first step of initiation, which means that in learning process, one of the most important skills that we need to transfer is the ability to formulate properly the question. Or formulate properly the task. Here, imagination, creativity becomes crucial, and when it comes to learning, contextual knowledge becomes crucial, because the more of contextual knowledge you have, the better your opportunities and your capacities to formulate proper task and proper question are, and the better your ability to use the artificial intelligence in any process is. So this would be a reaction to all previous questions. Thank you.
Yes, thank you. Are there any other comments?
Maybe a quick comment, Mariana Jan. I want to say that for me, the answer was to have my younger colleagues involved. I'm so grateful to them that I'm aging. I mean, I cannot think of this speed, but younger research assistants, PhD students, they know that they always can knock my door and say, okay, professor, you can do something much much more interesting way. And I have to listen to them, and that's maybe why my quick, common wisdom advice that involve students in your teaching. The more, the better. They will teach you how to teach. In a way, they help you with this application of these tools. All from me. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So if there are no other comments or questions, I see there are no raised hands and no questions. So we can say that we have come to the end of the first day of the webinar. Okay, who's speaking?
It's Emma. Can I say?
Okay, Emma. Yes. Go ahead, please.
I have an offer. I think it could be much better when we will have courses about how to use ChatGPT or AI tools more wisely and correctly. Can we have professors who will teach us how to use AI? I think it will be very nice in our educational aspects industry.
Okay, thank you, Emma, for your comments. So please join us tomorrow, because tomorrow's session will move from policy to practice, and you will hear more on that, how you can use AI more creatively. So that was the question that you are interested in. So are there any comments, dear panelists, about Emma's question or comment?
Just one short thing is basically this is also an illustration of how the GenEd practice is transforming, because this is something that will be integrated in the digital skills, soft skills, and other general education components. Obviously, this specifies on what needs to be taught in that component.
Okay, thank you. So thank you, dear panelists, dear speakers, dear participants, for your valuable contributions, for your time being with us today. So one important message has emerged very clearly throughout today's session, that successful integration of AI requires leadership, institutional policies, ethical principles, and above all, people who are prepared to use these technologies responsibly. So tomorrow we will move from policy to practice. It is going to be very interesting, I believe, to learn more about the practical applications of AI. But before we conclude today's program, I kindly ask you to complete the feedback survey. Now I will share that with you. This will help us to improve. Do you see my screen? Can you see my screen, colleagues? Okay.
Yes, we can see, and I have checked. Everything works. Everything works.
Okay. Yes. So just please go through the QR code, complete the questions. There are only 3 questions. It will help us understand whether you liked it or not, and also help us improve our work maybe for tomorrow. So I wish you all a pleasant rest of the day. I look forward to welcoming you back tomorrow at 2 p.m. via the same link that has been shared with you earlier. So thank you all once again. Goodbye, and see you tomorrow.
Thank you, and bye, everyone.
Thank you,
Emma. Thank you, Emma. Thank you, Mariana. Yes. We are checking last questions. Will we get certificates?
Well, unfortunately, it's not the aim of this mission, of this webinar. So maybe next time. Maybe next time.
We can issue tomorrow a badge.
An electronic badge, yes.
Digital badge of participation. Why not? If people want,
and they can.
They can proudly, they can upload it somewhere, download it. Let's do it, Mariana.
If it's.
Why not? If people ask, we can make.
Well, let's do it.
Yeah. Just a digital badge of participation of successful.
Okay. Okay. So it will be one badge shared with
shared.
everyone, not a personal one.
Yeah,
yes,
yeah,
not a personal
maybe not
one. Yes.
personal. Yeah.
Yeah. Indeed. Okay. So thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Yes.
Really very interesting, and your presentation was really great.
Super.
The only thing that there was a question about the Q&A, the survey, yes, that you ran with correct answers. Yes.
I will share with it.
Can you
Absolutely.
share?
Absolutely.
Yes. Okay. Thank you. Thank you. So, have a nice day and see you tomorrow.
Yes. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Thank you.